Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist and I own 54 units of real estate. So I've been watching this content creator called Bobby Saputra, and he talks about the life of a rich kid, of being a kid of an Indonesian billionaire. So actually my name is Steven Saputra. I've been lying to you guys. And I am also the son of a Vietnamese billionaire. So I want to show you how to scale a real estate portfolio as a rich kid. So I bought 3 rental properties by the age of 31, which is ahead of most of my friends. And it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of patience. So for me, what I did when I got started was I visualize what I want, which is 3 rental properties by 31, because I want to do better than my friends. Right? I want to do better than my peers. I always wanted to be the top 1%. And obviously I come from a rich family, so I should be there, right? I shouldn't be like everyone else. I come from the 1%. So it's kind of funny when I visualize this. So I wake up and I have this morning routine. I literally visualize myself in my mansion, because I live in a mansion, and then I walk past all my maids. Right? I have like 3 maids just for me. And it's a long walk because I live in a huge mansion. A very long walk, if I have to be honest. And that's how I stay in good shape, is because I have to walk so far from my bedroom to walk through my mansion. Like most people's houses are small, but mine is like straight up cardio, just walking through the house. So, for me, as I walk down, it gives me time to reflect and see. Like I just see all these nice art pieces that my billionaire father collects, and it just gives me inspiration to like do better. So I walk down, I go into my dark chamber, and I will do my miracle morning routine. So I will meditate. I will visualize me getting money to go buy real estate, and then I will literally execute that. So if you can visualize, but if you don't execute on it, it's nothing. So like, how do I get my money? It's easy. Like I just go up to my dad, ask for money. So I wanted to buy $1 million house, which is cheap, right? Like, I want affordable housing because, for billionaires, that's $1 million is nothing, right? Like just my mortgage payment is $1 million a year in my mansion that I live in. So I want affordable housing, because I want to rent to people. I want to help solve the homeless crisis. I like to give back as a billionaire. So, for me, it's just really about giving back at this point, right? Like I have abundance. So I want to show that I'm good and not a deadbeat living at home, living off my parents' wealth. So that's why I ask my parents for money. And it's hard. You think it's easy asking for money. No, it's really hard. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a compelling speech, and it takes perseverance, because it depends on the mood of my dad. Some days he says yes, some days he says no. I said, Dad, I want to buy $1 million home. I don't have a job, so I don't qualify for a bank loan, but bank loans don't matter if you pay cash. So I asked my dad, hey, can I get $1 million? And at first he said no, but I continue my routine. I'm very perseverant. I put in the effort. I put in the reps. So I next day I complimented him, said, hey Dad, you look good today. You look sharp in that Petite watch. And, once again, he said no. I just said, wow, I improved. I put in the compliment. I said, you know what, tomorrow I'm gonna do better. I had one of my maids prepare him breakfast. You always gotta elevate yourself, right? You gotta elevate yourself every time. So I had one of my maids make him breakfast. And it was American breakfast, which was my fault. Like, he doesn't like Western food. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn from this mistake. Most people would give up at this point, but I don't give up. So I said, tomorrow we're going to give you a Vietnamese breakfast, which is French style. You're going to get some eggs. You're going to get some steak. You're going to get baguette. It's going to be on a sizzle plate. And he liked it. And I could see his mood changing. And the next day, I elevated myself again. I said, hey, Dad, I will drive you to work. And by drive you to work, I mean, I'll just sit in the front seat as my self-driving car takes us there. So you got to put in the effort, right? It's like you said, it's hard. People say I don't work, but I'm a professional son. Professional son. It's a profession. It's not easy. You think it's hard? You think it's easy? It's not easy. I'm at the mercy of my dad, who's the billionaire. So after this slow improvement, the concept is called Kaizen. And I learned this because I meditate, I educate myself. I went to, paid my way. I worked hard to get into Harvard and didn't have help from people. It's not like I used ChatGPT and paid people off. Wink, I did. But that's how I got in. So I used Kaizen to slowly improve over time. And that's how I got my first $1 million. So it's hard. They say your first million's the hardest. So I got the $1 million, bought this house cash, and now I own one rental property with OPM, right? You want to leverage other people's money. That's what I learned. You leverage other people's money. You never use your own money. So that's how you learn. And from there, I just said, one, it's just the pilot. I just said, hey, Dad, I have proof of concept now. I've done one deal, all cash, using OPM. It's his money, not my money. And I rented it out to one of my multiple girlfriends. And she's paying me like, $1,000 in rent. And, my dad thought that was pretty reasonable. And I just said, hey, she's my girlfriend. So one of my girlfriends. So I need to give her a discount. And he was just like, okay, great. So, now I have a proof of concept. So now I can go to other investors. So she said, hey, bought a house, $1 million, rented for $1,000 a month. I'm making money on this deal. Because, actually I'm living off this cash flow now. Now I can use that $1,000. There's no mortgage. Yeah, you got property tax, insurance. But yeah, don't worry about it. My dad will take care of that. I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to take that $1,000 and I'm going to reinvest it in myself because I'm always about reinvestment. And that's how you make money. That's how you scale, right? You are the compounding asset. That's how you scale. So I just said, okay. I went to used that $1,000, went to a nice seminar. And this guy said, hey, you got to scale this. You got to go bigger because you're already doing better than most of these rich kids. Because I don't want to be the mess up. I want to seem like I'm good as a professional son. You got to look good so my parents can show me off. They don't want to show off a deadbeat. They want to show off a real estate investor. So I said, okay, I need to double this. I need to go to a $2 million asset. But now it's hard because I need to raise $2 million. So I buy cash. I don't qualify for any loans. My credit score is 0 because I pay cash. I'm very proud of that. And so basically, I asked my aunts and uncles, and they said no. But once again, I persevere. I am persistent, and I keep on getting better and better. And I raised that $2 million. So my dad gave me the $2 million after he saw me crying in the corner, and I bought a $2 million house that I'm gonna rent out, and it's probably gonna rent out to one of my chauffeurs for $2,000 a month. And like I said, now I'm cash flowing $3,000 a month. So this is where it starts to compound. I said, you know what? I have proof of concept. I bought one at 1 million, one at 2 million. Let's go higher. Let's elevate ourselves to buy an apartment because that's where you need to go. That's where all the rich people are. So I want to be everyone's landlord. So I needed 5 million for this apartment. And at first I thought it wasn't possible, but after talking to my coach, after talking to my therapist, and after talking to my dad, he just gave me $5 million because I was being annoying. And I used the $5 million to buy apartments. So that's how I have 3 assets at the age of 31. So it takes perseverance. It takes time. You have to come up with a plan and know the plan's gonna get slapped. But as long as you pivot, you're good. So it's super easy. I don't get when people say they can't buy in 2025. I literally bought 3 assets, all cash, of other people's money, not even my money. So I don't understand. To me, it's all affordable. They say it's unaffordable. It's like $1 million for a single family home. That's so affordable. Like that's my mortgage for a month. So it's really quite interesting to me that like I see these comments like it's not affordable. It's so affordable. It's so cheap. Like just my allowance is $1 million a month. So I'm just like, oh, like delayed gratification. Like maybe instead of not using my allowance to fly first class on my private jet to Europe, I'm gonna use my allowance to buy some affordable housing to help the community out. I'm like, oh my God, this was the lesson. This was the lesson of delayed gratification. You have to sacrifice today. So, I didn't go on a first class flight to Europe. I'm going to wait a month to do that. But it's delayed gratification. That's how you got to do it. And, if I'm being real, it's not easy managing these properties either. Like my properties are vacant, or if they don't pay rent, like I don't care. I'm just like, I don't need that $1,000. But for me, it's a life lesson of delayed gratification. So, the key summary of this video, if you didn't want to listen to the whole thing, is it's got to have rich parents and raise other people's money. So it's not my money, it's other people's money. But if you have to put your own money in the deal, you practice delayed gratification. So I hope you guys found value from this. Like this is game changing for me. None of my other billionaire friends do this. I do this as a billionaire kid. Like I said, I don't want to be that entitled nepotism kid. I try to put in work. I try to put in the effort. That's how I'm documenting my journey. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You found value. And like you said, if you want some coaching, if you want to send me an email, if you want a steady loan insurance quote, because you want to save $500, which is nothing. Like that $500 is how much I spent on breakfast this morning and how much I tipped my maid. So you can get a steady loan insurance quote. So anyways, hopefully see you next one. Please like, comment, subscribe. And thank you so much. I want to document my journey as Steven Saputra, the son of a billionaire, the 7th richest billionaire in Vietnam. Hope to see you next one. Thank you so much.